Hey everyone, and welcome back to my completionist playthrough of Diablo 2 on Hardcore, and we have managed to reach Act 4. It's quite an exception that stands out among the acts when it comes to its format, because it's much shorter. We only have 2 waypoints to flag and 3 quests in total. Also, there are only 2 people to talk to, so our usual NPC introduction that we do on normal is going to go by that much quicker. Still, as always, there's going to be a timestamp if you want to skip straight to the gameplay. Now, who are we to consult in this new situation if not our trustworthy friend, Deckard Cain? Also, he's going to have something extra to say, since we didn't pick up Mephisto's Soul Stone back in Act 3.
The time has come to destroy Mephisto's Soul Stone. Although I picked it up before entering the Infernal Gate, I believe you should carry out this crucial mission. Take the stone to the Hell Forge, place it upon the forge, and strike it soundly with the hammer. Only by doing this can you prevent Mephisto from manifesting in this world ever again.
Yeah, and I like how he emphasized that it was him who picked up the Soul Stone. Yeah, Cain, I know, I left it there on purpose so that you could find it and feel that you accomplished something. That's the extra line he says, of course. But when it comes to the hard part, actually reaching the Hellforge and destroying the stone, well, it's better if we do it, right? Anyway, also Cain has a pretty nice introduction to this act.
Can you believe this place? Did you ever dare to dream that you'd one day stand upon the crossroads between heaven and hell? This Pandemonium fortress is truly miraculous. However, your journey is not yet over. Diablo still roams free in hell, marshalling his demonic forces. Only when he is beaten will our world finally have peace. Hurry now. The sands of time slow for no one.
Alright, also let's identify all of our items, and now we meet Archangel Tyrael once again.
It is good to see you again, hero. Mephisto's defeat is a great victory for the light. I knew that you would eventually find your way here. The Pandemonium Fortress is the last bastion of heaven's power before the gates of the burning hells. This place has been hallowed by the blood of thousands of champions of the light, many of whom were mortal, like yourself. Now, the final battle against the prime evils draws near, and you must face it alone. I have been forbidden to aid you directly, save for a few bits of wisdom. For this is the hour of mortal man's triumph, your triumph. May the light protect you, and the powers of heaven shine upon your path. There is a dark, tortured soul who was trapped within this forsaken realm long ago. He was called Iswal by mortal men, and in ages past he was my most trusted lieutenant. Yet, against my wishes, he led an ill-fated assault upon the fiery Hellforge itself. Despite his valor and strength, Iswal was captured by the prime evils and twisted by their perverse power. They forced him to betray his own kind and give up heaven's most guarded secrets. He became a corrupt shadow of his former self, a fallen angel trusted neither by heaven nor hell. For his transgressions, Iswal's spirit was bound within the form of a terrible creature, which was summoned from the abyss. His maddened spirit has resided within that tortured husk for many ages now. It seems to me that he has suffered long enough. I implore you, hero, find Iswal and release him from his cruel imprisonment. Put an end to his guilt and suffering.
Alright, so now, already right off the bat, we have 2 out of the 3 quests, and one about the Soul Stone from Cain, and one about Iswal from Tyrael. I'm also going to get rid of all of our normal mana potions, because here from Jamela we're going to unlock a steady access of greater mana potions, finally. These are the first potions that allow the Sorceress to fill up her mana pool quickly enough to allow chain teleporting, and we are going to definitely take advantage of that. Also, let's see what we got from Mephisto. Not much, but we also had something in our Horadric Cube. Not that much money out of it, but anyway, let's get some of those greater mana potions. And when it comes to that chain teleporting, I've also mentioned before that there is a trick that allows you to teleport a further distance if you use the side panels, either the character panel or inventory or skills, because as you can see, if we don't have any of these side panels active, we are in the middle of the screen. But if we open one of them, you can see that our character from kind of the middle of the screen gets moved over to the side. And we, you know, of course, still can move our cursor. This screen, of course, is still there. It's just that we cannot normally teleport anywhere near here without actually selecting a some kind of location on the ground, but I am going to showcase that a little bit later. There's going to be a perfect place for a demonstration of that a little bit later in this act. But anyway, the first three areas here, starting with the outer steps, you can imagine them to be kind of squares, and this one is completely empty. There is no points of interest that we would have to do in terms of our completionist objectives or, you know, anything else. We might kill some monsters here, but anyway, these areas you can imagine kind of as squares, and more or less in the middle of each side there can be the passage to the next one. And in the next area we are going to have something interesting to do, because Iswol walks the plains of despair. But anyway, yeah, when it comes to kind of teleporting quickly and looking for these passages, oh, there was an experience shrine. I'm going to take that. Man, we can kill some guys along the way.
I need mana.
Alright, here we go.
Not enough mana.
And there are some champions right in the way. Let's actually take the time to kill them. You know, experience shrine plus some special monsters. I'm up for that.
Impossible.
Alright, now in the Plains of Despair, somewhere
Not enough mana.
there is Iswol roaming the land. And Iswol normally has tons and tons of health, so he can be kind of annoying for a lot of characters. But if you have Static Field as a sorceress, or if you have some Crushing Blow as a physical damage character, then it's much better. Alright, here's the passage to the next area. Alright, and here's Iswol. I have Frost Nova too, dude. Yeah, he's not that dangerous. The biggest thing about him is that he is an incredible damage sponge. And there we go. And I sense a plot twist.
Tyrael was a fool to have trusted me. You see, it was I who told Diablo and his brothers about the Soul Stones and how to corrupt them. It was I who helped the Prime Evils mastermind their own exile to your world. The plan we set in motion so long ago cannot be stopped by any mortal agency. Hell itself is poised to spill forth into your world like a tidal wave of blood and nightmares. You and all your kind are doomed.
He was corrupted to the core. I pity him.
Yeah, it seems like the whole Soulstone plan was not what the Horadrim and Tyrael imagined it to be. But anyway, now we're going to get a great reward for completing this quest.
Thank you, hero, for putting Iswol's tortured spirit to rest. May the light protect you and the powers of heaven shine upon your path. But if what you tell me is true, then I fear that we have been played for fools all along. Iswol helped Diablo and his brothers trick me into using the Soul Stones against them. Now the Stones' powers are corrupted. With the combined powers of the Soul Stones under their control, the Prime Evils will be able to turn the mortal world into a permanent outpost of hell.
Well, not if we are alive to stop it, of course.
Good day.
Anyway, the reward for that quest was 2 additional skill points. That is just great. And now the plan for those skill points, you can approach it in 2 ways. We could either save those points until level 30, where at level 30 and 31 we would be able to put points both into Blizzard and Cold Mastery that gets unlocked from level 30. So then, you know, at level 30 we would increase both of these skills, and at level 31 we could do that again. However, by the time we reach level 30 our damage is going to be super on point anyway. So what I'm going to do is put both of these points into static field so that finally we can reach a comfortable range for this skill that we're using all the time anyway, and it is going to you know, allow us to take advantage of this increased range all the way up to 30. Anyway, unfortunately, an ethereal axe that didn't give us too much money. But anyway, let's go back and let's explore the City of the Damned, or the City of the Gosh Darned, if you will. Here, somewhere on the map in a random position, there's going to be a waypoint and a passage to the River of Flame, and that is our next destination. Alright, there we go. There it is. Alright, and here basically the way to go is always to the top right. But we also have some stuff to find here. We are going to have to find the Hellforge, do that kind of quest. There's also a waypoint with a certain character that I would like to talk to first before doing the Hellforge quest, but anyway, all that in due time. Of course, we have completed the Fallen Angel quest, now we just need to find the Hellforge. Here I'm going to be a little bit more cautious, because you can teleport yourself into some nasty situations. These Urdar guys actually stun you. They have a little knockback and stun on their attack. As demonstrated there. Actually, let me check this branch here, because the Hellforge quest always kind of branches to the side from the main path, and it could be here already. Alright, it is going to be it. So anyway, I'm just going to drop a TP here and progress forward to the waypoint, because the character we're going to meet has a different thing to say to us if we haven't completed the Hellforge quest yet. And plus he stands right besides the waypoint, so we're going to be able to go back and forth very quickly. I think this is clearly not the way to go. Yeah, now this is quite fun to play. Now finally we have reached a set of skills that allows us to, you know, not only have a lot of damage, or quite a bit of damage. It's not that great yet, but you know, we can comfortably just keep killing. We have different tools that allow us to survive better and just be quicker. You know, of course we have teleport, we have Frost Nova for reliable chill effect, we have our static with really nice range to help with the damage. And yeah, it's just really fun going through this act like this, as opposed to, you know, that other kind of approach where you wait with farming to level 25 until a later point. Now we're actually in a comfortable situation, and also, as I always repeat, you know, kind of the further you go in Diablo, the more fun it becomes. You know, your mobility options increase, your attacks kind of get more powerful and more fun, your build just kind of comes together, everything falls into place. And also, you of course get more options when it comes to getting gear. And it's just fun times. Fun times ahead. Anyway, here's that waypoint and another angel, Hadriel.
Halt! Before venturing into Diablo's lair, go to the Hellforge with Mephisto's Soul Stone. Place the stone on the Hellforge and use the Hellforge hammer to destroy it.
Alright, so that's the different thing, he says. And actually, this is works out pretty cool because we needed to go and get some mana anyway. Oh, 20,000. This is something that we can hold on to until even later to get more money for it, and I am going to do it. I am going to wait with it. Also, of course, we have these two or three items that sold for at least 15,000. You know, I'm going to probably wait with them until we're like in trouble when it comes to our finances. And 10 FCR? No. Unfortunate. I would like to get that 10 FCR from somewhere, from one of the jewelry pieces aside from this ring. You know, we have another ring slot and an amulet. By the way, last episode, that repair from Charcy was quite expensive because we had 6 out of the 22 charges, and repairing stuff also recharges your items with these charge casts. However, that is usually quite expensive. Anyway, time to do the Hellforge quest.
Your soul shall fuel the Hellforge.
Alright, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. He's actually quite dangerous having that conviction aura here. Hephasto, the armor. Another super unique we need to take care of. 1 out of like 5 only that this act has to offer. Anyway, I'm just going to clear the whole area here so that we have kind of a peaceful situation to complete our quest. So that we can also talk about it. It's really not that important to do it on normal. The gems are always nice, but the selection of runes available on normal is quite poor. Generally on each difficulty, once you destroy Mephisto's Soulstone upon this Hellforge, you are going to get 4 gems. 1 perfect, 2 flawless, and 1 regular. And you're also going to get a rune. And depending on the difficulty, the selection of those runes is different. There's always 1 out of 11, with each rune having the same kind of 1 out of 11 chance to drop. However, the selection is different for each difficulty. And on normal, unfortunately, it's from 1 to 11, so from L to Amn. So no impressive runes that we won't be able to just get normally, and once we progress to Nightmare. However, on Nightmare and especially on Hell, the selection is much better, because on Nightmare it's from 12 to 22, and on Hell it's from 15 to 25. So you can get up to like Goal rune, I think, on Hell, and even on Nightmare, if you get a little lucky, you can get some good stuff. Anyway, let's actually. We can place telekinetically that Mephisto's Soulstone here, and we can also destroy it with the use of telekinesis. Alright, Topaz, Diamond, Perfect Emerald doesn't make me that happy, and of course an Ith rune. Like I said, on normal, the runes you can get here are not impressive anyway, but now that we have completed this quest, we can get the quest complete text from... or speech from Cain.
Congratulations, hero! Surely even Diablo himself sensed the fury unleashed when you smashed his brother's soul stone. Hello.
Yeah, we're hoping on that. We're hoping to make an impression on Diablo and perhaps feel a little bit of terror himself. Of course, this completes our quest, and we're going to get the 3rd one right now from Tyrael.
The time has come to hunt down and destroy Diablo himself. But beware. The Lord of Terror is not to be underestimated. He single-handedly destroyed the town of Tristram and corrupted the last noble hero who tried to stop him. This time, you must defeat him for good. Only by destroying the Soul Stone which he carries will his spirit be banished forever. Good luck. Though this be our darkest hour, it may yet be your greatest moment.
And I like how he says that, you know, that Diablo single-handedly destroyed the town of Tristram, as if that was some kind of difficult task, you know, with such stalwart defenders as Farnham, Wirt, and like Ogden. I'm sure that was just plenty of trouble for Diablo to destroy the city. I always like that animation too, by the way. Anyway, of course, now we have the quest to kill Diablo. Oh yeah, and of course, let's deposit our stuff. And the time really nears when I'm going to have to really sort these gems on a separate page, kind of thematically and whatnot. But anyway, this is going to happen in between episodes. But now comes the time. Not for that. I actually want to go to the waypoint, and now Hadriel is going to have something else to say to us.
Proceed, hero, into Terror's lair. Know that Diablo's innermost sanctum is hidden by 5 seals. Only by opening each of these seals can you clear your way to the final battle.
Yeah, in the Chaos Sanctuary we're going to have to activate 5 seals to spawn Diablo. Each kind of set of seals in each wing of the Chaos Sanctuary guarded by a certain super unique that we have to take care of. Anyway, this is the perfect place to demonstrate the increased length of teleports. Of course, normally when you open a side panel like this one, you know, putting us a little bit left of the center, you know, you cannot click here to teleport. However, if we start teleporting and, you know, hold right click somewhere else and then activate that panel, we are going to be able to just, you know, extend the length of each teleport by quite a bit with each cast, which of course over a certain, you know, length that we want to travel is going to add up. So this is a nice trick to use here and there if you want to just, you know, quickly get to a certain location. And here, of course, we just need to go to the top right, and we don't have to be bothered with any of the twists and turns of this path here. I like how it looks visually, but just this once I'm going to, you know, go all the way with just that trick. Yeah, so of course with the greater mana potions and with that trick, well, we're in the Chaos Sanctuary already. And Chaos Sanctuary is actually quite a nice place to farm experience. However, there are 2 downsides to it. First off, it's a relatively dangerous area. And second, you cannot really take advantage of any shrines while farming here because of the abundance of curses that are going to be applied on us from these Oblivion Knights. These Oblivion Knights are one of my most hated opponents in the whole game. Not only because of the curses, but that's one of it. They also have some pretty dangerous casts. They can heal others as well. They can... and they are also cold immune on Hell. And even here on normal, they have 60 resistance to all elements, so they are usually quite difficult to get rid of, and they just keep spamming the different curses, and some of them can be really dangerous, like Amplify damage, or like Decrepify, not really for a Sorceress, but to a lot of classes, Decrepify is a, you know, major difficulty, major kind of obstacle. Alright, here are the 2 West Wing seals, and this is going to spawn the Grand Vizier. Yeah, there we go. He is immune to fire and he has 60 lightning resistance, but he has no cold resistance, so for us it's going to be no problem getting rid of him.
I am overburdened.
Let's just get our mana potions in order. And let's get that one. Quite an empty Chaos Sanctuary so far. Sometimes you can get just huge crowds in here. Whereas this curse that we have on us right now is just weakened. Doesn't really matter. Up until some patch, I know that it was the case in classic Diablo 2. And perhaps in Lord of Destruction as well in the beginning, but a certain patch made them unable to cast Iron Maiden, which is a curse that basically makes you receive damage as you deal physical damage. So that was a real pain for certain types of characters, where, you know, they were in the middle of attacking someone with some powerful strikes, and all of a sudden they're affected by Iron Maiden and die because of because of their own damage they inflicted upon themselves. Anyway, here's Lord Disease, or Disease. I always thought that it was kind of a play on words of like disease, or but I guess he is Decisive or Disease. Maybe he is decisive. Anyway, he can't really do anything major on his own here on normal. The biggest thing about him is the fanaticism aura. But anyway, he is also 60% resistant to anything, so we could hire our mercenary to deal with him, but it's, as you can see, it's not necessary. Now we got some cash here.
Not enough mana.
And we are going to have to go for a refill of our mana potions soon. Unless we get some mana potions like this. Nice. Thank you, guys. Alright, and we got a level up. That's very nice. One more point into Blizzard. And we can also get that 35 strength we wanted. Alright, this spawns Infector already. Infector of Souls. He is also one of the monsters where you could clearly see that kind of leash AI that the minions have, kind of running back and forth, kind of getting you know, away from their master up a certain distance and then kind of returning once they realize, oh no, I need to go back to my dad. Like, what am I even saying? You know, like when you play these games and you're like just, you know, you kind of want to provide commentary, you're just at some point going to start saying stupid stuff like that.
Good evening.
Alright, anyway, time for a refill before we fight Diablo. Yeah, it is already time to fight him. Okay, 12 MF, I'm going to hold on to that one. Not much there. I'm also looking, you know, at these armors as a possible thing to equip on our mercenary, maybe if they were really good. This is another 20k item, by the way, so I think I'm going to hold on to this one as well. But, you know, like I said in the previous episode, we don't really need to worry about mercenary items right away, but if we found something like truly exceptional, I would hold on to it just for the purpose of giving our mercenary something nicer. However, none of these armors struck me as such nice material. You know, they had double resist, but one of the resistance was poison, so not really that important. Anyway, let's get down to business and get Diablo out of the way. Here, also, we could have recruited our mercenary to be a sacrificial lamb, and you know what, I might do that actually. Just to buy us a couple of seconds of uninterrupted kind of safe statics. Of course, mercenaries get double damage or receive double damage from act bosses, so he is not going to survive for too long, but, you know, a couple of seconds is all we need, really. Also, when it comes to Diablo, fire resistance is of utmost importance, of course. He has a couple of fire attacks, but also lightning is very important. However, of course, there is no, like, potion that allows you to temporarily boost your lightning resistance or anything like that. However, lightning is very important because his lightning beam deals a significant amount of lightning damage. It's actually, like, it's said that it's half and half physical and lightning, but the proportions change between difficulties, and it's always more lightning based than physical, but, you know, there is a significant physical portion to it. Also, his firestorms have a little physical damage to them. Anyway, now let's finally activate the last seal. Gulzar, be here, prepared.
Not even death can save you from me.
I can't.
Oh yeah, this is what we wanted, that lightning beam to be directed onto our mercenary. so that we could get in a couple of nice statics, and now we can just take it easy and stay at range. This lightning beam is also really interesting because it's actually easier to avoid it for melee characters on higher difficulties, because if you stand in melee on Nightmare and especially on Hell, it is you're not going to be affected by it, because the funny thing about that lightning beam is that like on higher difficulties all of its properties are increased, including the minimal range, so it kind of starts further away from Diablo, and if you just stand at his feet as a melee character, for example, you are safe there. You're not going to have to kind of dodge it. We actually could get a couple of safe statics here. Of course, I want to play it extra safe, being, you know, hardcore and all. Yeah, you can see just half a second of that beam and our life dropped massively. Ah.
Terror stalks hell no more.
Alright, so that's it for Diablo. Quest completed. All of our quests, of course, are completed. All of our waypoints and all super uniques are defeated. So we are done with Act 4. And let's see what we got here. This might sell for something. We have a unique axe, but it's not going to be anything that interesting. Actually, let's just throw that out. Get this sword in there, and I think this is going to be it. Although, it's probably worth to sell everything. Anyway, triumphant speeches.
I knew there was great potential in you, my friend. You've done a fantastic job. Though my ancestors often struggled against the three evils and their minions, I've always lived a shut-in, scholarly life. I'm glad that my wisdom aided you. Now, I wish to leave this place. Though heaven's gates are a marvel to behold, I hope I won't have to see them again for many, many years. Please, talk to Tyrael about leaving this place now.
Yeah, I like this speech. Kane sharing a little bit, being a, kind of a little personal with us, talking about his life. And of course, our best friend, Kane. I just instinctively thought of Diablo 3. Let's just remove that thought out of our mind here. Let's just try to forget it again and talk to Tyrael.
Praise be to the light. You have accomplished the impossible. Diablo and Mephisto have been banished back into the black abyss that spawned them, and the corrupted soul stones are no more. However, while you were fighting here, Baal remained behind in the mortal realm, building an army of hellish minions. Now Baal's army is searching for the World Stone, the ancient source of all the soul stones and their power, while leaving behind a wake of destruction. They have forged deeply into the barbarian homelands, heading directly for the summit of Mount Ariyat. Baal knows, mortal hero. That is the very site of the blessed World Stone. Now, enter the portal I have opened for you. It will take you to the barbarian city of Hrogoth, the last bastion of order on the slopes of Ariyat.
Yeah, so the expansion twist. There's one more act for us to do, but anyway, a summary, just to showcase, of course, all of the waypoints are there, all the quests are done, and all of the 5 of the super uniques have been defeated. Anyway, let's just do a little bit of management when it comes to our finances. Let's see. We got Gore Shovel. Actually going to get to that in a moment. We're going to, of course, add that to our collection. And I think I'm going to go back and pick up the other 2 rares just for money.
I can't carry anymore.
Good evening.
Alright, let's have that done already.
Hail to you, champion.
Boom. And...
Impossible.
Oh, I did that wrong. Alright, that was totally not worth it when it comes to the amount of money we got. But anyway, now there's going to be a time for 2 cinematics. One that is an epilogue to the whole classic Diablo 2, and another that is an introduction to the expansion and to Act 5. So let us enjoy that.
I heard later that he was defeated. And that the Soul Stones were destroyed in Hellforge. All except one.
Oh, I failed, Tyrael. I couldn't do as you asked. I couldn't enter that gate. Forgive me, Tyrael. Forgive me.
Marius, give me the stone, and all is forgiven. Give it to me, Marius.
Take it. Take it, take it. I'm glad this is finally over, Tyrael. Look what the stone has done to me.
You haven't failed, old man. You've done exactly as you were meant to do. However, I am not the Archangel Tyrael.
Well, no.
You have done well, Marius. Now I think you shall have your reward.
I don't deserve.
Baal! The gates of Sescheron have stood for eons beyond remembrance, and you shall not breach them now. Remove your foul demons from our lands. We stand on the side of light, and you shall not be allowed to reach Mount Ariat. And that which you seek will not be yours.
Enough! Enough!
I shall take your position into consideration. Well, it seems your terms are not acceptable.
All right, that poor guy talking to Baal. But anyway, even more so, I feel so bad for Marius. Poor Marius. Like, how did Tyrael expect Marius to like go through that infernal gate and go through all the stuff that we have to fight our way through and reach the Hellforge and destroy Baal's soulstone? Like, that's just insane. And now, of course, Baal has retrieved his own soulstone, assumed his true form, and we're in for a treat with Act 5. Of course, this is going to all happen in the next episodes. This is going to be a longer act. This is going to take more than just one episode. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed watching this one. I thank you for being here, and I hope to see you next time.